Hey man, so yeah, Survivor Series was garbage, sort of. I mean, there's a couple good matches, so I think the whole, let's start with the whole everything. So the tag team match was like the only thing SmackDown won, and they didn't even count it. They said it doesn't even count because it's on the pre-show, like the kickoff show. Like it's so stupid. Like, oh, then why would you even have SmackDown tag team win if you're not even going to count it in the first place? Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's just so stupid. I don't get it. So they did that, and then they had the women's match, which was okay. The Survivor Series women's match was pretty good. But it was just to show Nia Jax as a dominant. It was also stupid because they had Ruby Riott and Natalya fighting each other in the beginning, before, in the pre-show, and so they ended up getting Sasha Banks and Bayley, who they just beat the shit out of literally a week before. I don't get it. The whole booking of this whole show was crap. It was just, what the freaking heck are they doing? So I did that. Then they did, it was all to show Nia Jax as dominant or something. Whatever. I had a feeling they were going to win anyway. So, because I was saying the story is probably going for Nia Jax. Then they had, I think it was Seth Rollins and Shinsuke, which was pretty good. I was surprised that Seth Rollins won. But again, I'm surprised that they had Raw completely sweep. So it was just weird. It was a good match though. That was actually really. I'd say it's probably up there, one of the top matches of the night. It was really good. Then they had AOP and The Bar, and that one was weird. Like, Drake Maverick pissing himself was just, why? And you could tell it was a device to make him look like he's peeing himself, though he wasn't actually peeing himself. This is stupid. It's just really dumb stuff. It was one of those things where you can probably hear Vince McMahon cackling in the background. They're like, oh, he's peeing himself. It's just so stupid. So they had that. They had the cruiserweight match next, I believe, and that was actually pretty good. That was actually not bad as well. I was looking at it as a throwaway match, and turned out it actually was pretty good. Especially since it wasn't on the pre-show, they just doing their own thing. So they did a good job of that. I think that was really cool. The men's Survivor Series was, God, that was awful. That was, I don't get it. Why would you go and you have Samoa Joe get wiped out in the first 10 seconds of the match? What are you doing? But some people are saying that they think that Joe might be injured, which is why they did that. Which, if he's injured again, that's going to be horrible for him. I really hate to see if he's actually injured, because that would just be awful for him. Let me think. Then you have Shane McMahon doing 500 coast to coast, and the one where he got freaking annihilated by Braun Strowman, just like, oh my god, he's dead. That was amazing. That was pretty fun. It was a fun match for the most part. It was just weird how they booked it. You have Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman for your finals. And then you have Baron Corbin. It makes no sense. Who are you guys building for Brock? Are you building Bobby Lashley? Are you building Braun Strowman? Are you building Drew McIntyre? Who are you building? And you got Baron Corbin. I don't know. I knew that Raw was going to win, because that was the story they were going to tell after this was Braun Strowman was going to beat up on Baron Corbin, but they ended up changing that, which was that was bizarre booking. But it is what it is. Then you had, let's see. I feel like I'm missing a match here, so let me tag yeah, I think that's so you got Charlotte and Ronda, which I don't know if Charlotte actually turned heel. What I'm thinking it happened is that they turned her. They did the finish that they had planned for Becky Lynch. I think that was supposed to be the Becky Lynch finish. Was that Becky Lynch was supposed to just wail on Ronda after a certain part in the match. And so, which was kind of weird because like in the beginning, Charlotte was kind of working the arm a little bit and then started working the leg. Like it was weird because like if it was a Ronda Rousey versus Becky match, they both would have been working each other's arm, but instead they had the leg and the arm. But in the beginning, Charlotte was like working Ronda's arm. It was so weird. And so I think what they did was they just like take that entire match and just put Charlotte in it, and they just go with it. Is what I think happened. And so I think that's why the finish was what it was. If they keep building it to be like, okay, well, we're just going to go with this whole heel thing, well, then who is well, I guess say they're going to make Becky the top face and Charlotte the top heel. Okay, but then you just have those top two women, which are fantastic, but then who do you have them going against? Like, because other than that, okay, well, you have Naomi who got knocked out in the first 5 seconds of your freaking match, which was dumb. They might be building Mandy Rose, but okay. You have Sonya Deville is kind of doing okay, but they kind of need, like, the women's division in SmackDown just needs help because you have your top two stars and then everyone else. And then, so they just need to start building, and I think Nikki Cross should help. Help with the building of all that. Let me think. And so, yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool. I liked how they did that finish. I think it was a good finish for them. So yeah, I think that was pretty good. The fans were gonna react that way no matter what because of they wanted to see a heel Charlotte because Charlotte's best when she's a heel. And I don't think they're trying to gain sympathy for Ronda. It was more of, let's have Ronda go out there and see how she handles it. And she got her licks. I mean, she got welts all over her body from the kendo sticks. Like, that's crazy. So, she definitely took her licks. And then that final match with Daniel Bryan and Brock Lesnar was very, very, very good way of telling the story. They did crazy, like that was insane. Like when Brock was like throwing Daniel Bryan around, I was like, man, Daniel Bryan's dead. Like, that's what it looked like because he kept landing like right on the back of his neck and his head. It was like, oh my god, dude, you just got through concussions. Like, literally, you're crazy. And he did all that just to lay in possum just enough time to bump the ref, then take Brock into Dick Kick City, and just go from there. And the match was like, if you chop off like 5 minutes of that 10-minute beating from the beginning, it would have been a much better match. I think the 5-minute beating part was not necessary. But the 10-minute beating part, yeah, it was just not necessary. It was chaotic, and honestly, it was like really hard to watch. But I think that's kind of the point. It's supposed to be hard to watch because you kind of want to feel for Bryan, which is weird because Bryan's a heel, which he kind of played a little bit, and then he played face. It was messed up. That was a messed up fight. But overall, they did a good job. After that, building Bryan, and then Bryan doing that yes lock on Brock and then just wailing on his face to try to put more stress on him. I think it was fantastic. I thought that was really, really good storytelling. So I think they did a good job. So yeah, overall I thought it was decent. There's a lot of misses in it. I think story-wise it's kind of dumb. I'm assuming they're doing trading. There's some trades going on or something, probably coming up before WrestleMania. Because that's what Shane was saying. Like he wants to do a shake-up already, which is weird. I don't know. And I think that's why they did this whole Raw sweep, because they wanted to try to switch some things around. Because things are getting very stale. And I think remember last year they did do some switching up right after Survivor Series. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes tonight, I guess. But yeah, that was incredible. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens coming up out of like Raw and SmackDown this week. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's kind of what I saw from it. I definitely think that I think that whole finish with Charlotte was supposed to be the Becky Lynch finish, and they just went, we're just gonna go with it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. They definitely did an Attitude Era throwback with the whole throwing the chair, putting the neck, like the chair right in the neck, and stepping on it, because that's the stuff they used to do in Attitude Era days for like ECW match, well, they're hardcore matches and stuff like that. Let me think. Is there anything else? Nah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, man, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.